All right, it looks like we are recording. Scott and Jen, how are you doing this evening?
Doing pretty good, John. How are you?
Wonderful, and it's great to see you, sir. How about you, Miss
I'm
Jennifer?
fabulous. I'm doing fabulous. Thanks. I'm excited to be here. It's been a
I'm
while.
I am excited and grateful to have both of you here with me. Looks like my computer froze up on my back.
Yeah, it looks
You're
like you're
here.
back.
Okay, yeah, it froze up there for a second. I appreciate and I'm excited to have both of you join me here. For those of you watching this video, this is Scott Clayson and Jennifer Birdsong, and I am John Costino, and we're going to talk a little bit tonight about a company that we have all been individually introduced to, very excited about, that's still kind of in the 75% of their pre-launch phase completed. And there's just a lot of misinformation out there in social media. So I figured, you know what? I've got a little bit of experience in this industry. And these are two people I have a tremendous amount of respect for as individuals, as well as respect for their experience and their time in this industry of home-based business. So I wanted to have them come on here and we could just share our thoughts and have a little discussion about the TranzactCard opportunity. But before we get started, Mr. Scott Clayson, would you mind just sharing a little bit about your background with the folks in case they have not ever met you before?
Sure thing. I was going to say ladies first if Jennifer wants to go first. But
You're more of a gentleman than I am. I'm going to the screen and you're up in the upper left-hand corner. So I apologize, Jennifer.
No problem.
So yeah, I've been in the network marketing industry since I was probably 22, and I just turned 50. So you can do the math. Although I did take a 10-year break because I got tired of all the BS. But there were certain things about network marketing that I really liked, and there's still to this day certain things that I don't like. But generally speaking, I am a fan of what network marketing tries to do. I've had a lot of success in network marketing through the years, several times been fairly successful at network marketing. A lot of people trust what I have to say, and I think that's been very helpful for me. See what else? I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm married. We have 7 kids between us, but we're on the end of the. We're almost empty nesters now, but it's definitely makes life fun and interesting. So I love to play basketball. There's nothing better than being 50 years old, going to a tournament game and having the teenagers or the 20, 30 somethings just beating them, and then them saying they can't believe you're 50 years old. So that's what juices me. That's my that's my drug. That's what I do to keep myself sane. And that's a brief intro of me. So.
Well, and I will simply say this. I've been in the industry since 1991, consulted for it, and your name has always, 100% of the time, been associated with class and professionalism. So I will say that, yes, your name has possibly the cleanest and best reputation out there, and I appreciate that very much, my friend. I really do.
Wow, that's amazing to say. Two of the things that I live my life by, the first is the most important things in life are your health, your time, and your relationships. And the second thing is I don't ever want my kids to Google my name and be embarrassed. So if I accomplish those things, then I'm in good shape. Thank you.
Absolutely. I thank you. And Miss Jennifer Birdsong, some of you know her as my little sister. Please go ahead and share your background, Jennifer.
Well, thank you, John. And Scott, you should know that I actually lived in Tulsa and I went to Oklahoma State University.
Oh,
Go
okay.
Pokes. So,
I'm a University of Texas fan, so sorry.
oh, okay. Good. It depends on who they're playing and what they're playing, if they're in a bowl or not. So
Right.
I have lots of football loves, and that's for a later conversation. But anyway, but I'm in Florida. I live in Florida, and I've lived here forever via Tulsa, Oklahoma State. But I have real estate. I have a real estate background. I've done everything from staging homes, property management, flips, rehabs, but 25 years in the business. And as a real estate agent, you have to be here, right? You have to be there, you have to show up. And if you aren't there, then you aren't, creating revenue for yourself. So I have always been a fan of residual and or passive income. So I've always been a speculator and or a fan of network marketing and opportunities such as that. So I've done a ton of a network marketing opportunity, not network marketing companies. I've had success at a lot, and I've had not success. But why don't you have success is because what you put into it. So what you put into it, you get out of it. So acknowledging that in my older age, after having kids, I too am somewhat of an empty nester, but they're still underneath my roof, and figure it's cheaper to keep them under the roof versus having to be the funnel and send money every month wherever they're at. So anyway, and they're fabulous, and they are being productive members of society. And I think that as a parent, that's the only thing you can ask for. So that's my background. So that's me.
Thank you very
So
much.
uh-huh.
And I won't bore you with my background, other than I've been involved in the home-based business network marketing industry since 1991. I've been good at it since about 93. So that means I sucked pretty bad for a couple of years while I was cutting my teeth. But I've had a very fun career. I've been on both sides as a field representative and as a corporate officer. I was a vice president of sales and training for 3 different network marketing companies, and I consulted for about 50 different companies as they were starting up. I was a compensation plan specialist, and I love the industry. That being said, much like Scott alluded to, I love what the industry can be, and I hate what the industry is. And the difference between what it can be and what it is are the bad actors. Some of them are horrible leaders that take advantage of their teams. Some of them are horrible corporate management teams that take advantage of the whole network. And so I've been in search of and trying to build on my own many different companies that had one focus, and that was delivering the best and most value possible to a consumer. Not the most money to a representative, but the most value and benefit to a consumer. Because I've always believed if you can deliver to a consumer our natural tendencies of sharing things that we like with other people will take over. And if that's the baseline, you can always make money if something is good and remains good. Problem is, it's just as easy if something's crappy. Our natural tendency is to tell even more people how bad it was and tank a company. And that's the good, the bad, and the ugly of the network marketing space. But what I found and reached out to both Scott and Jennifer was a company that, to the best of my knowledge right now, is doing everything they can to deliver that, maximum benefit and value to the consumer. And that is the TranzactCard membership, which is what we're going to talk about here. It is a network marketing opportunity. There is a business opportunity. We're not going to talk about that. We're really honestly here tonight to do, as I coined it, like a public service announcement for the company based on the interactions that the 3 of us have had with other people, our experience in the industry, what we were looking for, what we're seeing, and what we believe the potential could be for those of you watching this video. And I'm gonna zip it in 1 second and kick it back over to Scott and Jennifer. But the reason why I asked them to join me on here was I am in 5 different Facebook groups for TranzactCard. And when you join a group, there's a little thing that pops up that says mutual friends and people you know. And I was shocked and amazed at how many people I had a relationship with and that I knew that were already actively involved with the company and doing things. So I thought, you know what, we've got to go ahead and get this information out there because people are looking at it, people are making decisions, And a lot of people are getting bad information for that evaluation. So that's what tonight's presentation or discussion is all about. And that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start with Jennifer this time. Miss Jennifer, would you like to share your thoughts on this?
Yeah, actually I will. So as John is a great big brother in personal life as well as business life, he says, he called me one day and said, hey, I've been approached by this opportunity. Would you put some holes in it? And I said, of course. But as we all know, that if John brings it to me, I really don't have to put any holes in it because he has already done all that for me. But having said that, I looked at the opportunity. It seemed like it was something that I do every day, which is, well, actually I don't spend money every day, but when I do, I usually spend it on a debit and or a credit card. Sometimes I have cash, but most of the time it's a debit or a credit card. So this opportunity allows you to get bonuses back on something that you do every day, and that's spend money. So that seemed like the easy part of the opportunity. And other than that, I couldn't really put any holes in it, other than I would have to admit that it looked like other rewards type opportunities. I didn't really know at the time what separated TranzactCard from other past reward type opportunities until I went to the launch this past November in Vegas. So which gave me a whole new hope, a whole new vision of what the company has planned.
Excellent. Would you like to share that, or you want to save that for round two?
Well, no, I can share it now. So when we were first introduced, we were not allowed, we didn't have the opportunity to go on and actually get our physical, we could set up a bank account, but we couldn't have access to the card because the company was in renegotiations with a different banking company who would host our TranzactCard. So that was kind of a downer. So it kind of set me back a little bit. But before I went to Vegas, they came out with something which was called the app, TranzactCard app, where I was able to download the app, fund the app, and was able to purchase gift cards, which was really neat because as a real estate agent, I give away gift cards a lot for closings and or client gifts. So I thought, what a neat little way to have everything at my fingertips in an app, because going out, getting the physical cards, keeping the cards in my top drawer and putting them in a thank you card. And I don't know if you guys know, but closings now pretty much are mailaways. There's not a lot of where you sit across the table from someone in a real estate closing. So I was able to send virtual gift cards to clients, and they have them. And it's easier too to have a virtual gift card versus a physical gift card, because the older you get, a little bit more absent-minded you get, and you can't remember where you put stuff. It's a situation sometimes. Anyway, so that was neat. And the fact that I could literally, like, I went to TJ Maxx, right, before I went to the conference to get a new outfit to wear, because girls want new outfits. And so I pulled down my TranzactCard and I opened up the gift cards and I bought a $100 TJ Maxx card. And I went straight in, shopped for my stuff, and was able to use my gift card. And I got double Z-Bucks rewards, which is something else we'll discuss. But anyway, so that was great. And I was able to utilize the program without actually physically having a TranzactCard. Now, as I got to Vegas and the conference started, there was lots of great things that they introduced, lots of vision that they gave us. But specifically, which again, I'm not very smart as it pertains to banking, but I think some of the problems that were in the past that paused the current cards, the current Transact cards that were that people had, they weren't allowed to get now. They solved those problems and they're still working through it. However, they partnered with a new banking, as well as not only becoming which again, I don't know this part, they have become the program manager. So the program manager, meaning they are the architect of the card. They mitigate, they arbitrate, they are the grand poobah, as they say, of cards. They don't have to create and worry about Visa, MasterCard, etc. But anyway, again, I don't really know what that means other than they are in charge of TranzactCard. Other things that they laid out was that if, unlike traditional network marketing companies, you have an auto ship and or you have something that you have to pay for or get a product every month. If now through the end of the year, if you become a TranzactCard member, you pay $25 one time to set up your bank account, and you never have to pay that again. So that's neat. And they also wanted to pose and position this particular opportunity as that it's the comp plan was structured with a direct sales comp plan. However, it did not define the company or the business structure as a whole. So in other words, unlike traditional network marketing, you're able to refer and or let people use the TranzactCard to reap 100% dollar for dollar, not just, so it's unlike anything else. And there's lots of stuff to say about it, but I'm kind of going on. So there's that. Anyway, so what else do I'm just sorry, I got a little down a rabbit hole.
Jennifer. No, don't apologize.
I could talk all night long. You gotta pull me back sometimes.
Thank you for sharing it. We will come back over to you. We'll shoot over to Scott
For sure.
and get his
Sure.
perspective, because I talked with you very early on when I first was exposed to this. That was months ago. So I look forward to hearing your thoughts, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, John. So my initial exposure to this was somebody Facebook messaged me about it, a casual friend, not like a well-trusted friend. We have some of those like that. But anyway, the way he presented it to me, I was just like rolling my eyes. I was like, okay, so what? Z bucks. Okay, so if there's nothing that they actually have a value of, then why do I care? This seems silly. And the way people were marketing it, like, it just really turned me off. So much so that I posted something on my wall slamming this opportunity. I don't know if you saw that post, John, but I slammed it. And I'm the kind of guy, like in basketball, if there's a bad call made on me, and I know for a fact that I didn't do it or whatever, I will like argue to the ends of the earth. But if like 6, 7, 8 people start saying, Scott, you really did travel, or you really did step out of bounds or whatever, I'll back off. I'm not so prideful that, and so that's what happened when I did this post. A couple of people reached out very kindly and were like, hey, are you sure you really understand this business? Because based on what you said in your post, I don't think you do. But it was really nice, the way they were doing it. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I'll take a little bit closer look. And as I started looking at it, it just totally made sense to me. I mean, it absolutely was not what I had originally thought. The fact that it's, as Jennifer mentioned, it's $25 one time. The risk, I weigh business decisions on risk versus reward. The risk is almost nothing. I mean, we spend $25 without even thinking about it, especially nowadays. Heck, that's one trip to go get some drive-through food.
Order pizza, exactly.
Yeah, right. So I thought, okay. And then I started seeing some of the infrastructure, especially the IT infrastructure. I have an IT background, and I was really impressed with some of the things they were doing with regards to that. I love the fact that there's no auto ship. I love the fact that anytime you can find something that doesn't change somebody's habits, right? You're not changing what they normally do. You're not saying, oh, you know, you need to switch to this product. It's better for you. It costs a little bit more, but you're switching your shopping, right? This is different. As Jennifer said, you know, who doesn't use a debit card? Like who doesn't? Everybody uses cards to buy stuff. And so I thought, you know, well, yeah, if the key to me for this, the success of this program is the value of the Z-Bucks. I'm sure we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but if there's truly value with the Z-Bucks, and this talk about the gift cards is great. If there's truly that value, then this is a no-brainer. $25 one time. You're gonna go shopping anyway. Why not? So that's where I ended up changing my tune, and I'm happy to be in the program. So.
And I love that story, and I can say from firsthand, I saw both of your posts, meaning I was aware of the company. To give, again, the quick version of how I got introduced. Nobody knows this. I fell off of a roof in July, almost died, 16 feet onto a concrete driveway. I'm healing right now from the injuries, but I was contacted. The accident happened July 25th. I was contacted in August, and my response was, you've never met somebody so unable to do your opportunity. I said, I can't even sit at a computer. At that time, I still had just massive bruises from the fractures in my face. Jennifer remembers.
Can I say because you were helping rebuild your community after Hurricane Ian?
Oh, wow.
Yes, I was, for those of you who know me, at 55, I had spent exactly 0 days doing any type of blue collar labor, let alone like construction work. And after we got devastated by Hurricane Ian, my dear friend and little sister Jennifer said, hey, we can go out there and do some really good helping the community. So I said, hey, what the heck? I'm in good shape. At the time, was in fantastic shape, and was climbing up and down ladders. As you mentioned, Scott, about playing basketball, I'm going up and down ladders with guys 23, 24, 25 years old calling me pops because I got 30 years on them. And so I'd been doing that since October of last year. So, you know, 8 months later in July, I have an accident where a ladder goes out from underneath me. And I literally, like, no kidding, fractured multiple bones and all this crap. But when I got the phone call, I not only was taking a pass, I just was not able to do anything. But the funny thing is, the person that called me, Eddie McGowan, who was a close friend and a leader in a former company way back in 2004, 5, and 6, where ironically we were doing the very first ever online cashback rewards program for online shopping. He's telling me about it, and I'm not even paying attention because I literally were talking like recovering from all the brain damage. I kept saying no, 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 and he would call every couple of days to see how I was doing. And finally, he just said, "I'm putting a position in for you because when you actually figure out what this is, I don't want you in anybody else's group." That's how I was recruited into this. And so it took a good period of probably 10 weeks for me to actually be able to sit at a computer and read again and do all that stuff. One of the early things I saw, like I said, was your post. So I'm learning about it. And what absolutely locked me down, and I'm going to ask honestly, both of you, if you remember this, and for those of you watching the video, respond as if I'm talking to you. How many times in our career, way back in the early days, did we say this to people? Raise your hand if you've ever eaten in a restaurant and enjoyed it. And if you'd love to get paid for sharing it with other people. How many times did you do that?
Yeah, it's like long distance phone service. Raise your hand.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what the company was, what the product or service was. That's how we hooked the audience. How would you like to get paid every time somebody went to that restaurant? And the funny thing is, this is the first time in history we actually can get paid if somebody goes to the movies and swipes their card, or out to Cheesecake Factory or Outback Steakhouse or wherever and swipes their card. And if they don't like going to the movies, when they pay their Hulu or their Netflix bill, we can get paid. I'm thinking, holy crap, like this is the holy grail of home-based business that we've been saying for 40 years, but it was always a swerve. Once we got them saying yes, oh, by the way, drink this juice or drink this shake or switch to this phone service. And I'm not knocking other companies. I'm just saying we use that hook, but we could never give them getting paid when their friends went to that restaurant or the movies or whatever. So Jennifer and Scott, how many times seriously did we talk about that in our careers in all of our other companies? That's what sold me. When I saw that and I said, holy smokes, if this is real, as Scott just said, if this is really real, this is the home run of home runs in MLM, because for the very first time, forget recruiting and building a business, we can literally get paid to do the crap we're going to do anyway and share that with other people so we can get paid when they do the crap they were going to do. And I say the crap as a generic term, like whatever you do, you like cooking at home, you got to buy groceries and pay your gas and electric bill. You like eating out, you got to pay the bill when you go to the restaurant. I don't care. We're getting paid when you do.
Being over mortgaged and you max yourself out and you can't do anything. When you pay your mortgage, you get paid.
Yes, you can pay a mortgage, you can pay your phone, literally. So I was intrigued, to say the least, excited at the potential. And then as Scott mentioned, when we're looking at this, it was in the beta phase and pre-launch of the company. Now, I will say this, I've been a part of 50 different companies startup phase and participated in 4 myself as a representative or an executive. There's nothing worse than the beta pre-launch phase, because you're giving deadlines that you don't know if you're going to hit. And there's always renegade crazy nut jobs making promises that you're never going to live up to. And that's where we were when we all were exposed to TranzactCard. As Jennifer mentioned, she went to the launch. Their goal was to launch when, Jennifer?
In November.
November.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah, November 15th in Vegas, which is why you flew out there, right?
Yeah, right. They're not technically launched yet, but
Here's the good, bad, and the ugly.
they're still got some issues, but that's okay.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because I want to, like I said, debunk all the garbage out there in social media. They had their launch with a couple thousand people, and they acknowledged they missed some deadlines, not because they didn't care, not because it was malicious intent. It just, stuff happens. As I said, I've been a part on the executive team of 3 official launches, and there was just chaos right up until we officially launched. So I get that.
Well, but just to tell you that because they didn't hit the deadline that they wanted for the bank cards, they gave us the example that I described earlier. They gave us the app for the gift cards. So no company has ever done that. They're like, okay, well, we can't get you the golden ticket, but we'll give you the chocolate to munch on, right? Until we get the golden ticket, right?
Well, and
I'm happy with that.
To that point, that's what I was looking at. How do you respond when you miss the deadline? Because the deadline's one thing, but the reaction and the response. And I'm going to put this out there and then ask for Scott and Jennifer's opinion on this. But for me, when I saw, okay, you missed the deadline, what are you doing? They extended all of the promotions to the end of the year. So they extended out their pre-launch promotions to December 31st, which, to give everybody the understanding of how valuable that is Scott and Jennifer mentioned, the TranzactCard membership is supposed to be $25 and then $1 for dollar match in rewards, which are the Z-Bucks, and then a $25 annual renewal fee, which by itself, that's fantastic. That's still the best deal out there. But for pre-launch, because things are not perfect, they have said if you enroll in pre-launch, you pay $25 one time and your annual fee is waived for life, which is insane. And from the time you sign up until the time you get the physical card, they're going to give you 500 Z-Bucks every week just for being here. So I have spent exactly 0 money on this and have like 8,500 Z-Bucks because they know I can't get the card and I can't fund the card and I can't use the card, but they're not penalizing me. So again, I like the idea that they're saying, we're going to give you Z-Bucks to say thank you for being here early. And when we get the card, whether it's in December or January, double, 2-for-1, double Z-Bucks for an entire year. So if you spent $1,100, instead of getting 1,100 Z-Bucks, you're going to get 2,200, which again, I think is insane. So for me, and
John, what can you buy with those Z-Bucks?
well, we're going to get to that next, but I just wanted to say,
Okay.
for me, it was like, okay, no harm, no foul. You missed your deadline. You extended promotions and you're giving everybody, as Jennifer mentioned, the ability to use a virtual card until you have the physical card and purchase gift cards and redeem the gift cards and get the Z-Bucks. So I looked at it and said, all right, you get, a C for missing the deadline, but you get an A for the response that you gave to the field so that people are not losing momentum right now. Scott and Jennifer, how are your thoughts or how are your feelings on the fact that, yes, the company missed the deadline, but no, they didn't really punish or penalize anybody?
Yeah, I think it's super impressive, actually. I just logged in the other day and I have 6,500 Z-Bucks, and I haven't done anything, so when you see companies react and behave this way, it just means the world, because they could just say, oh, it's not going to work, and sorry, all your money's gone, and all that, but they're showing, to me, an integrity by doing it that way. And also, I would say this: there's a lot of negative information about this company, and they're not letting that bother them, at all. And it amazes me that such a simple opportunity like $25 one time has everybody all worked up, about, oh, this is a scam and all of this stuff. But yeah, I'm impressed so far with what I've seen. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Fantastic.
Now, and so what I would add to that is where my cynicism comes in, or my, being,
By the way, what is your nickname? Just so everybody knows, you're not some pushover. What is your nickname?
Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew. Because if you want to find the dirt anywhere, just call Jennifer, give her a name and stick her. And I'm telling you, this girl is Angela Lansbury and Nancy Drew rolled up into one. We'll find the dirt.
I'm almost Angela. Give me like 20 more years. I'll be Angela Lansbury.
There you go. That's why I call you Nancy Drew. But so people understand, she didn't just say, oh, John said it's good, I'm in. She did her Nancy Drew detective work and came back saying, I think this is pretty good. So go ahead, Jennifer. I just wanted to set that up so people knew
it's good.
that you weren't this bubbly little, I love everything.
I do that. I'm like, tea. And then when the door shut down, I'm like, devils and steam coming out. So anyway, but here's my skepticism. Here's my one thing that I tried to punch holes in, which I have not completely punched holes in it, is what's the buying power for the Z-Bucks, right? What's the buying power? So what can you buy? Well, you can buy diapers. You can buy, right now they've got a lot of golf gear. What does that say about the founders? They like to play golf.
Correct.
But there's travel, right? And I'm not a big cruiser, or, I live in Southwest Florida. I want to take a staycay. I just go to Sanibel, Captiva, Key West, whatever. So what I am wanting to see is the buying power of the Z-Bucks. Now, they did launch a new vendor over at the launch, was My Pillow, and actually you save about $15 at My Pillow. And I did the Nancy Drew deep dive on that, because wherever you listen, whoever's promoting My Pillow, they say, promo code, ABC, whatever, right? And then it'll have a price of $89 and half off and whatever. You can save anywhere between $12 to $15 with your Z-Bucks, with the promotions that are on in the Z-Buck buying club. So, and I actually got two of the Giza, whatever, 2 new sets of sheets and 2 new pillows, just because I had to try it out. I had to test drive it. So there was a savings, right? What you could get online. So not only did I get to reuse, right, the money that I didn't even spend, right, because I was getting my free $500 Z-Bucks, but I saved an additional $12 to $15 off what the general public would pay, even with a promo code.
That's
So
So you mean it's
now
not like
I can't
it's
say
not
that
like,
about a lot of the,
yeah. I would say it's not like you know, when you go to Target with the Black Friday sales and you check the price underneath and it's the same price that they say for the Black Friday. It's not like that.
right, exactly, right. And again, and now granted, there are some deals I went on there and looked at that I was like, oh my gosh, I can get this cheaper online or go directly to the source, right? So, but I believe that the more people that they have and the more buying power that they have will lower that threshold, right? That that price entry. But right now, right, I did see a savings. But regardless, what other opportunity and or card, like I've got a ton of credit cards and they offer 1 to 3% back rewards. 1 to 3% back. That's, I mean, so I'd rather use my TranzactCard with the hopes that the money, dollar for dollar, money goes into the kitty, into my account, and that if something comes up, like they have flash sales where products, I'm sure that they buy all these products in bulk and they put them on as a flash sale where you can use 100% of your Z-Bucks to purchase that item. So those are all the neat things. So the bigger it grows, the more people that they have using the TranzactCard, I believe that the online shopping platform will be greater. Now, one more thing they said at the Vegas conference was that they are just like, you know, the Plaid system, where if you're just shopping online and you can link your card
To your bank.
the
Yeah.
shopper, like Amazon, that they're going to do that. They're going to link the TranzactCard so that if you're online shopping for Amazon, you can use your Z-Bucks directly. So that will be part of it. Yeah, no. And you won't have to ever give away your American Airlines rewards card. That if you can, credit card, you can keep that credit card, and every time you swipe it, you're getting American Airlines rewards as well as Z-Bucks.
Oh, wow.
There's lots of cool things, if they can pull it off, that will be, you know, a part of the future, their vision for the company. So
let me go ahead and give specifics on that, because what Jennifer just mentioned is huge, but I want to make sure that everybody understands clearly how it works. So there's two different programs. One is using Z-Bucks, and as both Scott and Jennifer mentioned, including me, we're waiting to see this become the robust shopping mall. I'm prepared to let it go all the way to April, meaning, again, just because I've been a part of enough pre-launches, I'm saying I want to see what this mall looks like in April. If it's before then, great. But if not, I'm not going to hold them to the fire, because what I believe and what they are portraying is we will have a shopping portal that will enable us to go buy whatever we need, from diapers to sneakers to, you know, products and services that you would go look on Amazon for. And the way the Z-Bucks work are, you'll see the product, you'll see the price, and then it will have a discount on the low end, 25%, on the high end, 75% applied Z-Bucks, meaning if you were going to go buy a pair of sneakers or a jacket or a dress, and we'll just say it was $100, you would then see applying Z-Bucks will allow you to buy down the price. So let's just say it's not 25, it's not 75, we'll call it 50% discount. So the $100 dress or jacket or sneakers can have 50 Z-Bucks applied, lowering the price down to $50. So you've spent 50 Z-Bucks that you got for free, and then you spend $50 and you have the $100 item. And as long as that $100 item is the same $100 in Amazon or wherever else, that's now a legitimate 50% discount that you got for free, because the Z-Bucks came for free. So that's what absolutely just locked me down, saying, if you can do that. Now, in addition to the savings, Jennifer mentioned flash sales. Now, I don't know, I have not participated in one. Scott, I'm not sure if you have. Jennifer, have you?
I tried, but they sold out.
And
That would be a no, negative ghostwriter. I have not.
And that's good to hear, because the reason I say that is it's first come, first serve. They will buy a quantity of something, whether it's Ray-Ban sunglasses, an electric bike, or a cruise, which we're going to cover in a second. And that quantity would be, whether it's 50, 100, 200, whatever, they put it on there, and it's first come, first serve. And when I say it's free, you cannot spend money. It's Z-Bucks only. So if they say the Ray-Ban sunglasses are 150 Z-Bucks, that's all you pay. And then you pay some couple of bucks for shipping, a $699 electric bike, 699 Z-Bucks only, boom. So the idea is you can apply the Z-Bucks for a basically free item in the flash sales. And I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but they did that cruise. I think they got 100 cabins, and it was sold out in less than an hour, because it was a 4-night, 5-day, or 3-night, 4-day, I'm not sure what it was, because it was gone so fast, cruise, Z-Bucks only. And they're leaving this week. I'm sure we're going to hear a whole bunch about this in the next week, because as far as I'm concerned, there's no greater way to promote what this company is doing and what they're offering than, like, I don't know if you guys have taken cruises at all ever, or liked taking cruises, but
I've never gone on a cruise, and for whatever reason, I never seem to be able to get on cruises. Like, something cancels it. Like last time it was COVID. We were supposed to go on an Alaskan cruise for my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. Our whole family, all 10 kids, and all.
Oh, wow.
And it didn't happen, but at least 3 times in my life, I was almost to the cruise and it didn't happen. So I still need to go on a cruise.
Oh, goodness.
We're going to make that happen. And if you come out of Florida, I'll go on the cruise with you. I'll make sure we make it an event.
All right.
All right. And I'll third that commitment. I am not a fan of cruises. We won't get into my personal issues, but I will go.
Fantastic. All right. Then we've got a date coming up then, that's for sure, for the 3 of us. But those are the 2 benefits that Z-Bucks have that have real value. And when I say real value, it's for future purchases that you're going to make anyway. If you have, again, like Scott and Jennifer, we're just accumulating Z-Bucks right now. If all of a sudden Scott needs to go buy a new pair of sneakers to help him get over the rim and slam dunk on the court, he might say, hey, 185 pair of Air Max, they're guarantee me, an extra foot up in the air. And all of a sudden, instead of $185, it says, Scott, apply 80 Z-Bucks and get that for $105. That's real value for a product that, he was going to go buy anyway. And then the third one that Jennifer just mentioned is a brand new element to this, because the one thing about beta test is you get to find out what people like and what people either don't like or want improved. And one of the requests was, people were saying, I like my Delta miles, I like my Marriott rewards, and they have a credit card that's probably screwing them with a high rate, but they're getting their points and miles.
Very high.
And
we're talking $600 or more annually. Sorry, I'm just letting you know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they charge through the nose. But for the people that, if that's their hang up and why they don't want to give it up, the company went to bat and locked down a deal and says, now, if you are one of those people that's saying, I want to keep my XYZ card for my XYZ rewards, you can link that through TranzactCard. It comes at a $4.95 monthly fee, which, if you love your card that much, that's nothing, $4.95 to keep it. And the Z-Bucks, instead of being 1 for 1, it's 1 for 2, meaning for every $2 spent, you get a Z-Buck. But again, that's on top of your mega reward
that you're getting with the,
So that's the best of both worlds for anybody out there married to their rewards program. You can benefit with TranzactCard as well. And I looked at that and said, damn, that's the kind of company you want to be a part of, that says, we already think we're the best. We love everything about our program. Oh, you guys want to keep that? They could have easily said, no, we don't care. And that would have been an acceptable answer to me. But they said, no, if that's really what people want, let's give the consumer what it wants. And I don't care who you are. If you're in business and you're with a company that says, let's give the customer exactly what it wants, that's a home run. That is exactly what I want to stand behind. And that was announced at the conference that will be coming in the very near future when the cards are launched through the new banking platform. So that's why I'm so excited about it, because I think that they have done, I use the word pivot. Pivot is not a retreat. Pivot is a swerve to get around an obstacle. And I think this company has done a fantastic job of taking on a giant, which is the banking industry, and pivoting around the obstacles that have been thrown in front of it, including, as Scott mentioned, a lot of nonsense online from a lot of, I'll just call it haters. And I will say people hating on this company because they don't want it to work, because they know if it works, their downline is all jumping in. That's the only reason. If you're in network marketing in a home-based business, there's only one reason for you to hate on another company. That's because you're afraid they're going to take your people.
For sure.
That's what I can say. And I look at this as the most complementary program out there to anything you're doing. Even if you have a retail business where you're selling cookies from a bakery or coffee from a coffee shop, this program will complement your retail business, not compete with it. So I share all that to simply say, any final thoughts that you'd like to throw out there, Scott and Jennifer, because I think TranzactCard is here to stay. I think it's a company that we're all going to be seeing. And I just, for me, want as many people to at least have the opportunity to benefit from this, because I think it's just a win. I think it's a win for every consumer.
I would agree, John. And I pray, as I do with everything, that there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be, walls that you run into. But I truly believe in the integrity of the founders that we got to hear speak, and some of us meet. I would like to say this, I don't know if it's appropriate here, but the founder did say that they signed a 300, 500-year trust agreement to never sell the company.
Yes, they put the
Which
company.
I thought was huge, which completely floored me, and I had nothing to say. I was like, can you believe it? Had nothing to say. I was speechless. Never heard that ever in my entire life, and I was floored.
That's awesome.
So there's that.
Thank you, Jennifer.
There's that.
Yeah, I would just say that I pray that this company does what they say they're going to do, and what you guys just shared with the credit card linking, that's huge. I mean, and the other thing that I really want to emphasize is that they have ways in this company to actually make money. We won't talk about recruiting, but make money by just getting customers. And that's important to me, because too often in the network marketing industry, especially in the last 10, 15 years, it's all about recruit. Who cares? Product, service, whatever. Nobody cares about that. They just want to make money. And the fact that you can advance ranks in this company by just signing up customers also shows their integrity to me. So I'm excited.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
To piggyback on that, Scott, how cool is this? Because again, you both have extensive experience in the industry, and I respect that experience. So I want you to answer this honestly. How cool is it that the three of us can be on here? And I'm publicly saying, for anybody that watches this video, because I'll post it, I'm sure Scott and Jennifer will share it as well. I personally am saying, if you've never heard of TranzactCard, if you're friendly or know Scott, call him. Jennifer, call her. Me, call me. Meaning, I personally don't care who you contact. If, other than the three of us, if somebody else has already talked to you about TranzactCard, call them back. I'm, for the first time, saying it doesn't matter who you enroll under as a customer. We, the three of us, and everybody in TranzactCard, just want as many humans as possible using TranzactCard versus any other credit or debit card, because this company truly has pulled together the entire network as one community. And I won't go into details other than to say, for the first time in my 30 plus, I started in 91. So what would make 32 years in this industry? Damn, I'm pretty old, 33 years. I can say that if every single person watching this video contacted Scott and became his customer, I'd still say great. If every single person said, I don't like Scott, I don't like John, I'm calling Jennifer, I'd say great, because this company truly is set up that we just want as many customers, happy, satisfied customers using TranzactCard, which I can say it's never been in any other company that I could say that and be sincere about it. Scott, how about you? You've been in the industry. How cool is it that you honestly, you're not fighting for the customers. You're just going, just become a part of TranzactCard and we all win.
Yeah, absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
sure.
so for
Yeah,
me,
absolutely. 100%.
I sincerely thank both of you, Scott and Jennifer, for being here with me. Maybe we do a follow-up to this in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, if there's some new exciting changes to bring to the people. But I personally want to thank you because I just, as you both have said, I'm praying on this to be a real company that finishes what they've set out to do. Because it will change the world. I know that sounds corny, but people are hurting financially. They've been hurting financially for quite some time. And the way I look at this is if you utilize it, if you actually utilize what's available, we have the ability to stretch $1 into $1.50, into $2, quite frankly, into $2.50 if you use the Z-Bucks on a flash sale and got like a $600, $700, $800, $1,000 item for free. How do you translate that? As both Scott and Jennifer mentioned, we're talking about getting 1%, 2%, 3% cash back forever. That's what's been offered, whether it was Capital One or Bank of America or whatever. This is truly, it's a game changer. It's that different and that what I believe to be better, that much better than everything else, that we could literally change people's lives as consumers, not as being a top producing rep, as a consumer on our everyday spending habits and monthly bills. So with that, I thank you both for being a part of this this video and this discussion. And for those of you watching, like I said, please just, if you've been contacted by somebody about TranzactCard, get back to them and let them know you saw this and you now have a deeper, better, hopefully better understanding from it. And if you have not been exposed to it and you're interested, reach out to one of the three of us. And we're just happy to answer your questions and give you whatever you need to make the best decision for you. So with that, I want to say good night. God bless. Thank you so much for being here. And I'll go ahead and kill this off. Good night and God bless everybody.